boutique travel agency called TopLiners Club. So you guys can check out toplinersclub.com. That's our travel agency. Okay, we organize a lot of trips for photographers. For example, astrophotography trips around the region. Obviously, we can't travel at this moment, but once we can travel once again after COVID-19, then we will organize all these trips over again. So please keep a lookout for the trips that's coming out on the website, okay? Yeah, so today we welcome back our guest speaker, Peng Siong, or simply you can call him GPS, okay, for global positioning system. Okay, so Peng Siong is a very established photographer who has been shooting for many years, and he specializes in astrophotography. Okay, so today he will share with us on how to spot the Milky Way or how to find the Milky Way. Okay, so this is the second webinar out of a whole series that we are doing on astrophotography. So please keep tuned to this and then join us whenever you can. Okay, yeah. Now, we will try to actually keep each session between half an hour to 1 hour, okay? And if you have any question, please key them into the chat, and we will actually record them and answer them at the end of this workshop, okay? Yeah, so note that the next session will be on the 8th of August, 8th of August at the same time, 4 p.m. Okay, so do look out for the invites for this. And then, or you can get onto the Meetup application, you know, or Facebook or anywhere you can find us, and the invites will be there. Okay, so with this, let me pass over the time to Peng Siong for his presentation. Peng Siong, please.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see most of you again. Okay, today I would like to share on how to find the Milky Way, because I think the last session I teach you how to shoot, how to take the Milky Way with a camera. Today I'll teach you how to find the Milky Way, because a lot of them told me that they are at the right spot, but they can't see the Milky Way. Because those who have never seen the Milky Way before, actually it looks like a cloud, a very thin cloud in the sky. You won't even notice it. But after if you photograph it, then you'll notice, oh, actually it's a Milky Way. Okay, so I'll try to keep the session as short as possible so that you can have some time to ask some questions. Okay, so the easiest way to find the Milky Way, especially the Sagittarius arm. Okay, especially the Sagittarius arm because it's the brightest spot of the Milky Way, brightest part. Okay, so this is the part that we always capture. Okay, so we'll show how to find this part of the Milky Way. And the easiest way is to use a compass. Okay, because without any app, with a compass or you know the direction, you roughly guess where the Milky Way will rise from. Because typically in the Southeast Asia region, the Milky Way will rise in the southeast direction and set in the southwest direction. And so sometimes I actually, when I go for a trip with my guide, it's very hard to explain to him where is southeast, where is southwest. So I ask him, where is the sunrise direction? Or where's the sunset direction? He tell me where, then I can tell you, okay, I roughly know where will the Milky Way come from. It's around 45 degrees to the right of the sunrise direction. This is a southeast direction. Okay, so not me, I use this as a guide to roughly gauge where is the Milky Way. Okay, so with a compass, it's quite easy to plan to get where the Milky Way is. But this is not very accurate because Milky Way got season. It got timing, like when you will start to rise and when you will be at which angle. Okay, all this needs some planning because you don't have it every time of the year. Like now it's July. So July typically Milky Way rises after sunset. You will see Milky Way. Okay. If you happen to be in February or January you can't even see Milky Way because it's actually it's appear during the daytime, so you can't see the Milky Way. Okay. So the next method for you to locate the Milky Way is using apps, because now we have a smartphone with us, iPhone or Android. There's plenty of apps out there where you can use it to plan for your Milky Way. Okay, and these are the common apps that you could use to locate the Milky Way. If I'm not wrong, the app have free version and a paid version. So for the free version, basically, it's enough for you to find where Milky Way is. Okay, Star Chart is one of this app that I use more often. Okay, I haven't used these two before because I'm so used to Star Chart, and so I use this more often. And there is another set of apps, which is the Photopills or Sterilium. Okay, these two would be more preferred, but they need to be. It's a paid application, so you have to pay for the app. And Photopills actually is quite useful. You can use it to plan for your sunset, sunrise, Milky Way, a lot of things. It's a very good app, but it's too complicated, so I didn't load it in my phone. Okay, I use this app more often, Sterilium. Okay, because this Sterilium, they have a version for phone plus a version for PC or Mac. And the version on PC or Mac is free. So you just go and Google for Sterilium. You will find the download version for the PC or Mac version. It's free. It's free of charge. You can try that. Okay. So before I go on, maybe I want to show a short demo of how to use this Sterilium. Okay, let me share the app. Okay, you can see my screen. Okay, so you can see on my screen, these are a few apps that I have for planning my Milky Way. So Sterilium is the one that I use. Okay, so I'll use Sterilium. Okay, if you look at the bottom part of the app, you can see there's a lot of options. Okay, on the left side, you can actually choose whether to show certain things, like you can play around with it. The compass on the bottom can on to see where the compass, okay, or off the compass. Okay, so you can see that where I'm sitting now, I'm facing the west. Okay, it's where the sun is setting. Okay, so on the bottom right second cursor is a sensor. Okay, this one you need to have the data in order to use. So when you on the sensor, okay, you can move around and you can see where which part of the sky you are facing, and where is the Milky Way or where is a particular star at a point of time. So if you point to us, let me see. I think my apps need to restart. Sorry. I think my apps need to restart. Okay, so let me join the chat again. Okay, so for the apps, right, you could actually find out where the Milky Way is, and let's see. Sorry, I think I lost my connection. I accidentally closed my app. Can you let me in?
Yes, okay. Yep.
Okay, let me share again. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You guys could also go over to your app store to download this and try it out at the same time. I think that'll be quite interesting. So you could actually see that live demo yourself too. Okay, Peng Siong, back to you.
Yeah. Can you let me share the... Okay, sorry about that. Because my app doesn't move at all now just now. Okay, so with this, right, you can see that the app. Okay, there's a drawer on the left, bottom left, right? There's a lot of squares, right? We touch on this one. You can move the app until the direction, okay, you can stop the sensor. Then from there, you can, okay, this is the direction I will see at the point of time. So I can scroll to, for example, southeast. Okay, southeast basically is where I know that the Milky Way will rise. Okay, so I can, from here, now it's around 4 p.m. I can actually predict at what time the Milky Way will be at what angle by doing this. You touch on the screen, any space on the screen, and you see the time on the bottom right. You touch on the bottom right, the timing. Okay, from now, you touch on the screen, you drag. Okay, you can see that the sky will move. So if you move until this angle, okay, this is the angle I want to shoot the Milky Way. So I check the time. Oh, it's 7:25. So around 7:25, at this angle, the Milky Way will be in this direction. So typically, I will prefer to shoot Milky Way in this angle or this angle. Okay, so this is the ideal time to look for Milky Way, to shoot Milky Way at this time of the month. Okay, so if you scroll further, you can see that you will go up and you touch by the time again. You can actually move again the screen, touch by the time. You can see that actually the Milky Way sets in the southwest. So with this web, basically it will tell you at this location how the Milky Way will behave. Okay, so if you want to plan like the time and the place of, maybe you want to go to a different place, you can go to this drawer again. Okay, look for date and time. Okay, you can set a particular month, for example, maybe October. Okay, and you can set the location. You can don't use GPS. You can set maybe by finding the location, you can key in the name of the city. Okay, maybe a place. Okay, from there you go back. You can actually, you are now at the place. So this is how the Milky Way will behave at the point of time and the location you are in. So basically, this app is very helpful in for you to plan. Okay, so maybe hopefully you can go and download this app and try it out.
Peng
Okay.
Siong,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt. Just for our friends who have just joined us, can you go back to that slide again and show the apps, the different apps that they can use? Yeah, and especially this one, so that they can download on their phone.
Okay, let me go back.
Yeah, thank you.
So the most preferred app that I'm using now is this Telegram. Okay. Those iPhone users, they may want to have photo pill. But I think there's a payment for it. You need to pay for this app. Stellarium also need to pay, but I think it's a lower cost than photo pills because it does lesser thing than photo pills. And photo pills is quite complicated. You can even use it to calculate the 500 rules. Okay, yeah. So, Julian, is this enough? Can I proceed?
Yes, please. I hope everyone has got that. Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's proceed.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing that you can do, if you don't have a compass, you don't have the app. Okay. One of the ways to look for this constellation, the Southern Cross. Southern Cross, even in Singapore, you can see very clearly in the sky. Okay, how it looks like, basically it's just 4 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 stars. Okay, so it's actually it's a cross, and it's normally at the southeast direction. Okay, and coincidentally, you will see that there's still 2 more bright stars that actually align with this Southern Cross. These 2 stars actually is Haida and another star named Rigel. So basically, they are quite bright. They always, you'll see them together with the Southern Cross. Okay, they are not part of Southern Cross, but they appear together. So, and the Milky Way, the direction where it's pointing right is actually this angle from this star to this star. So this is the angle the Milky Way is facing. It's pointing down. Okay, let me show you an example. So this is the Milky Way that is vertical, right? So where is the Southern Cross? It's actually at the bottom. Okay, and you can see the Southern Cross with the 2 stars here. So it's pointing from the Southern Cross towards these 2 stars and all the way up. So it's like it gives you the direction of the Milky Way. So this is quite a good gauge. But not every location you can see this because, for example, if I go to more southern part of the hemisphere, you may not be able to see Southern Cross so obvious. Okay, or you go to China, you may not see this Southern Cross as well because it's the different latitude. Okay, so if you can't find this, if you see at this Singapore, you can see this one at this Labrador Park. This is taken at Labrador Park. So if you go to Labrador Park now, around 7 p.m., you will see that these two stars will be facing this direction. Okay, so it's pointing up. Okay. Okay. So the next constellation to look for, okay, which is quite obvious, is the Scorpio constellation. Okay, those who have the Scorpio horoscope, you will love this. Okay, So if I show you this sky, we'll be able to find out where Scorpio is. Okay, basically Scorpio, there's a very bright star called Antares, which is actually around here. This one. Okay, Scorpio is basically this part. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so you can see that this is the head, this is the tail with a hook. Okay, so you can take it as a J. It's like a J, something like that, a J, a hook. So it's quite obvious. You can see clearly when it rises. Okay, so where is the Milky Way position based on this constellation? It's at the end here. Okay, okay. So this is where the Milky Way is. Okay, it's at the end here. And the next constellation you can look for is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is my horoscope, so I love it a lot as well. And Sagittarius is a bit more, to me, I find it a bit more difficult to spot because it got lesser star. And it doesn't look like Scorpio, which have a very bright star for you to spot. Okay, so if I show you this sky again, so where do you think is Sagittarius? It's actually around here. Okay, and it looks like a teapot. Okay, this is just part of the Sagittarius. There's a small star behind, but I'm only interested in this part. And when you boil water in the teapot, what happens? The steam come out, right? So you can get the Milky Way. Okay, so you can see the Milky Way here. So basically, the Milky Way will fall between these two parts of the constellation. That's why I call this the Sagittarius arm of the Milky Way. Okay, and this is taken in Singapore. So you can see in Singapore sky, night sky, you can still see the constellation clearly. Okay, it's just that you can't see the Milky Way so obvious. Okay, so this is the photo taken in Marina Bay Barrage. Okay, as I showed before. So with this photo, you can see like I can see all the three constellations that I showed you just now. I can see the Southern Cross. I can see the Scorpio and the Sagittarius. Okay, so with this, you can start going out tonight. I think now it's I think quite new moon. You can shoot and look for clear sky. Look for Milky Way. Okay, and this is in Labrador, which I showed you just now. Okay. You can see Southern Cross here, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Okay, so today my sharing, I think a bit too short. Okay, so Julian, do you want me to answer questions for this session?
Yeah, I think that the app is very interesting because it might be very difficult for a layman to look at the sky to tell where is Sagittarius, where is Capricorn or whatever, that's up there because all the stars will look the same. So I think the app will be really interesting. And then we have a question from Kian asking, there are two versions of Stellarium. Okay, so the Mobile Plus and the Mobile Sky Map. So which one is advisable?
Mobile Plus have to pay. If I'm not wrong, Mobile Sky Map is free. If I'm not wrong.
Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Kian Peng. Okay, so do you think that the app is really an important part to basically find the Milky Way? Or because even compass, a layman will not be able to use the compass. Or the compass might not be calibrated for some reasons because there are people who use the compass off the phone and it might also not be that accurate.
Okay, my advice is you must know the location. Having the app complement of the compass, both are important. Okay, because sometimes the app compass also can fail you. There's one incident where I was at a particular spot. I know the Milky Way will rise that direction, but one of my participants showed me the app. The app showing me that the Milky Way is on the right, more to the right. I told you it's wrong because the compass of his phone is not calibrated.
Yeah.
So you must be careful of that as well.
Yes. So yeah, so you still recommend that we use the application, the app on the phone, that would be the best lah.
As a start, it's good to have both. the app and the compass. Because
Right.
now phone also got compass. If you have an actual compass, even better still.
Okay, yeah. So if for example, like if we are in places like in Japan, we can't really use like the Southern Cross to use that as a guide, right? Yeah, because it's on the
Yes.
Northern Hemisphere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So you
folks,
have to use the Sagittarius or Scorpio.
right. Okay. Yeah. So in short, it's actually still using the app is the best lah. Because the app will be able to help you, and maybe use 2 apps so that you can do a comparison.
Yes, good. Using the Google app will be useful.
Right.
And actually, it's good to know where the constellation is. So at least you can, if you can't find the Milky Way, even with the app, you can use to search. You can use the app to search for the constellation. It will
Right.
roughly point you to the direction.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a question from Rajit too. And Rajit asks, do you arrange astrophotography session in Singapore also? I think at this moment, because everything is restricted to like 5 people. So, if you just have 1 instructor and 4 participants, that will be quite a challenge, to keep everyone safe and also the group size. So I think that we haven't really done anything locally. Okay, the main reason is because I think we are always at the mercy of the weather. So we might arrange a session, say for example, 1 month from now to go out to shoot the Milky Way, but then that day is raining. Because in Singapore it's quite hard to predict the weather, or it's cloudy and then you don't see the stars. Okay, so in Singapore generally we don't. This is more like a last minute kind of impulse shooting. So if you suddenly realize that that night the sky is clear, okay, and you can see the stars, so it's good to go out and head out and try it out in that sense. So I hope that answers your question, Rajit. Okay, and
Yeah, if you want, you can ping me if you want.
yeah,
If I'm still not tired, I can join you.
yeah, and you never know, yeah, Peng Siong is out there sometime and somewhere in order to shoot. Okay, you're welcome, Rajit. Okay, and then we also have a question now from Kevin. Okay, Kevin say that, do you use any filter when shooting in Singapore?
Okay, in Singapore, because of the pollution, I've tried before without filter. Okay, this is without filter. This I tried before with a night filter. There's a filter called night filter where you can purchase from any of the Photoshop. It's purplish in color. It makes your picture look a bit purplish. It helps to cut off a lot of tungsten light pollution.
Okay, yeah. Great. Yeah, thanks, Peng Siong. And for those who basically has missed our first session, where Peng Siong did a very short demonstration on how to post-process your Milky Way, okay? I would like you all to just be aware, okay, that when you shoot Milky Way, okay, you have to shoot in RAW format, okay? So using your camera RAW file and RAW format to shoot. But then the Milky Way might not be that obvious in your final picture. So you will still need to do your post-processing in order to bring out, okay, the Milky Way. And if you missed that video, please join us, okay? You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then after the course of 48 hours, you will see this recording also put up there together with the rest of the other recording. We will put it up there, and then you can look back again at it, okay, and get an understanding of how to do the post-processing. But I think in future, what will happen for this continuation of the series is that we will also go slightly a little bit more in depth, okay, and then do coming back to the post-processing again, okay. So what we are trying to do actually is to keep every session very short, between half an hour to 1 hour, so that it doesn't become too lethargic for everyone, okay. Yeah, so great for that. Okay, and then yeah, okay, let me see. And then Kevin continue to ask, okay, can an ND filter be used? So we are still on the subject of the filter, and then we'll get out to Wei-Fan. Yeah.
Because you don't want to actually reduce the light from the Milky Way, so ND filter won't be useful. But because of the Singapore sky, for example, if you look at this this picture, the bottom part here is super bright. If you were to shoot with the setting I use, GND maybe will help.
Right.
Machine gradual neutral density filter will help. Gradual. With the darker part below.
Yeah. So it doesn't overexpose the bottom part. Yeah,
Yes.
because you could see like some of the details are gone, like the walkway, you know, and then the lights in the distance.
Yeah. You don't want the sky to get underexposed.
Hmm.
So any filter will not help.
Yeah, so I hope that answered your question, Kevin. Yeah, and then thank you, Wei Fen, for the comment saying that Wei Fen was saying that actually use the Southern Cross and Scorpio to locate Milky Way is the best, okay? Because the Southern Cross is one of the easiest constellation to see in Singapore, okay?
Yes.
And choose a night where the moon is crescent, so there's less light, or like the new moon, right? So you don't see the moon at all. Yeah, so thank you for that, and thank you for your comments and sharing with everyone in regards to this. Okay, so Mark is actually asking, is it possible to do Star Trail as well? Yes, definitely, Mark, and we are keeping a suspense here because we want you to come back to join us on the 8th of August, where we will talk about Star Trail, okay? And thank you so much for supporting us all along and coming on for this session too. Okay, so yeah, and then we have Yun Lu saying that the sky need to be clear of clouds to spot the Milky Way. Is that right?
Yes, it must not, because if the constellation is being covered by the cloud, you can't even see. So, and this photo I took, I waited at home for the cloud to clear, super clear. Then I rushed all the way down to this barrage and shoot.
Right.
Basically, I waited at home from 10 p.m. until this timing. I think 12 midnight, then I rushed to barrage. When I rushed to barrage, the sky is still cloudy. But I waited for the cloud to clear, totally clear, then I can see.
Okay, I guess it's generally, or rather it's very safe in Singapore. You know, in other places, maybe if you're in Africa or what, you still have to look out for wild animals. You know, yeah, but basically in Singapore it's safe. Yeah, so please go out and practice if you can, you know, because a lot of people has a misconception that in Singapore you cannot shoot the Milky Way because it's the sky is, you know, too cloudy or it's too fogged with lights, you know, city lights. So a lot of people have not really tried that in Singapore. Okay, but the answer is yes, you can actually do it. Okay,
you can start off with this location first because it's nearest to town. It's the easiest to access.
Okay, so Wei Fen was actually asking, can you organize more sessions on photographing the night sky? Okay, like a basic session on specs. So Wei Fen, maybe you would like to elaborate a little bit more on what do you mean by specs, specification? You know, yeah, but we can actually see that there's a very, very keen interest of, you know, astrophotography. So which is the main reason why we started this entire series on astrophotography. And for us, in order to be able to continue this session, you know, we will actually need enough support. So over here, we like to thank everyone for your kind support, you know, and I hope that you will continue to join us in these sessions, okay? Yeah, so any apps that you use to see the clouds formation for clear sky? And this question comes from Mark.
So far, I didn't go in the depth of that. I basically based on my site.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because
so,
the cloud formations, you won't be able to see on live because basically what you see on some apps are not instant. It's like delayed.
Okay, it's not real time in that sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So if any one of y'all know any of this lifetime or real-time apps, you know, you can also key into the chat to share with us. And then we, all of us also learn something today. Okay, so Guek Peng was asking, or rather he was saying that I always use Scorpio because it's visible from his house kitchen. Oh, lucky you. Okay, but the light pollution from HDB flat is very strong. Need to do a lot of editing to make Milky Way visible. Yeah, which is right. I think irregardless of where you shoot, you still need to do your post-processing. So for those, we can actually see quite a number of people, or rather the majority of people who join us today, or our friends who join us today, we are all new in Milky Way, or rather astrophotography. Yeah, so it's good that if you have any question, please raise them, and then we will be able to answer them accordingly. Okay, so Kevin was also saying that you can try Skylight for Apple. Okay, thank you for sharing that information too. And then, yeah, Iwa was asking, is there an app to check cloud? Okay, that seems like a very favorite question. Okay, so I don't have an answer for you now. I don't know if Peng Siong has that. But what happened is we would maybe we can do some research on that, and then we come back with the answer for you. Okay, in the next session. How about that, Peng Siong? Let's make a note.
Okay. But just to highlight, sorry.
Yep.
Just to highlight, this photo taken in Singapore, the original photo doesn't look like this. It looked very plain yellow of the sky. You need to do serious editing to get this.
Okay.
So yeah. So maybe next time we go into depth of how to edit this kind of photos.
Okay. So maybe next time we should use this same photo, okay, and you show the original picture, and then we will slowly transform into this picture.
Yes,
okay,
that would be good. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone stay tuned for that session that we will do. Okay, yeah. So as we line up our program, we will do one editing based on this picture. Okay, so Jia Ying was asking, where are some possible locations to shoot Milky Way in Singapore? Where
this is one of them.
Okay.
Another one you can try is East Coast Park.
Okay.
East Coast Park. But one thing, East Coast Park, previously there's a lot of planes, there's a lot of plane trails. But now with a limited number of flight, I guess you will have a good time there shooting from East Coast Park. Then on the west side, you can try Kranji Dam, that area, or maybe Lim Chu Kang, the cemetery side, if you don't mind going to the cemetery at night. And somewhere in this, if I'm not wrong, this Sungai Buloh, that area, also not bad. There are a lot of farms there. Okay? These are a few places you can try. Let me think. Singapore don't have very limited choice of places.
Pulau Ubin.
Pulau Ubin, yes, if you want to try that. I even tried before on the near the airport. So there's a lot of places you can try, but all very far away. And you need a transport. Don't go alone because it's very dangerous.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that, Peng Siong. Okay. And then SE was asking, will there be a session on how to process Milky Way taken in Singapore? Yes, please stay tuned to that. Okay. And we will make that happen. Okay. Yeah, definitely just stay tuned to this series. And Peng Siong will be working on this particular photo that you have seen. Okay. And we will work out a session based on that. Okay. Yeah. And Yin Lu was then asking, what is the best timing to shoot the Milky Way? Is there like a best timing to shoot the Milky Way?
Okay, depend on what type of angle you want to shoot. Okay, for me, I prefer to shoot Milky Way with maximum is this angle, 45 degrees, or maybe horizontal totally. Okay, so you must plan to shoot Milky Way at these two angles. I feel it's the best, or on the other side of the 45 degrees. So if you want to shoot Milky Way somewhere in February, 2 a.m., I think 3 a.m. is the time where you can see it in this angle. Then if you, at this moment, June or July, after sunset, you may be able to see this angle almost like 1 hour after sunset. So you must plan.
Yeah, Peng Siong, let me just ask a question that maybe the rest of people will also be interested. Can we shoot Milky Way the whole year round? Maybe December, January, but why you say February, or November?
Okay, whole year round you can, but depending on where you are. So for example, from February to September, in Southeast Asia region, possible. So out of this region, you must go to other country where it appears during that timing.
Okay, yeah. So just remember that depending on the time, okay, so that's a challenging question, but I hope that that has answered your question here, Yin Lu, okay? Yeah, so, and then I think Wei Fen has a question for you, okay, that a lot of people will want to ask. So thank you, Wei Fen, for this question. And then, so there are multi-parts to this question, so listen carefully, Peng Siong, okay? What shutter speed to use? Okay, what file format, how to do post-processing editing, okay, what focal length to use, exposure time, etc. Yeah, so he say, I'm a beginner in photography. Yeah, so just before Peng Siong answers that, okay, the thing is that, let me just repeat that again. Peng Siong, this is the second session that you're doing, right? The first session, you have technically covered quite a bit on that, okay? And we have recorded that video. So we are going to put that video on our YouTube channel, and please subscribe to it, okay? And join us, and you can replay that as and when required. But for urgency's sake, okay, please also answer this question so that we'll have an instant answer.
Okay, I'll do a quick one. Okay, the aperture to use is always the widest you have, 2.8, f2.4. Okay, shutter speed depends on your focal length. Okay, so look for this rule called 500 rules. So typically you will arrive at a shutter speed of around 25 seconds to 30 seconds. Okay, ISO around 1006 and above. Okay, and focal length, the wider the port, the better. If you got 12 mm, use 12 mm. Maximum, I guess, 20 mm. Yeah, this is based on full frame focal length. So if you have a crop sensor, you have to factor in the crop factor. So hope this answers your questions.
Okay, yeah. So I hope everyone is clear on that. Yeah, but if anytime you have question, you can also key into the chat, okay? And then we will take on that. And thank you, Guek Peng, for sharing that Lorong Halus is actually also a good place to do astrophotography. Okay, yeah, thanks for that. And
but there's a lot of wild dogs there.
Yeah, so just be careful.
I've
And
been
I
there
think
before.
Lim Chu Kang area also has that, right? Yeah, so the Lim Chu Kang farm area also has a lot of dogs. Yeah, so just be careful if you are doing that. Yeah, but otherwise then it's actually generally safe in Singapore compared to a lot of other places. Okay, yeah. So I think we have, is there any more questions over here? Okay, no more wild dogs, Guek Peng was saying, but a lot of mosquitoes.
That's my worst enemy. I got a lot of mosquito bite after every Milky Way shoot.
Yeah, so mosquito is the one that is
Don't get dengue
actually
fever
more
will do.
dangerous. Yeah, yeah. Personally, just to share my experience, when I'm out there, I use this insect repellent called Repel Plus, which is not easily available in Singapore. But once you can get this insect repellent, okay, it's called Repel Plus 100. Okay, you technically, any commando mosquitoes will also not get on you. Okay, yeah, it's a very, very good insect repellent, but you have to use very sparingly. Okay, yeah,
What
because
about
it's very
sandfly?
Yeah.
What about sandfly?
Yeah, I've never bitten by a sandfly in my entire life because I use that. Okay,
Oh.
yeah, so it's a very good one for you to look at. Okay,
I'll
yeah.
Google for that.
Yes, yeah, but you can't get it in Singapore. You basically have to import it in. Okay, right. So yeah, are there any more questions? I see that we have answered all the questions here today. Okay, and yeah, like I promised, this is a very, very short session. Okay, and thank you so much, everyone. If there are no questions, we will see you on the 8th of August. Okay, yeah. So meanwhile, please stay safe, stay happy. And then remember to join us and follow us, okay, so that you will get updates on the session as and when we have them. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yes. Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
And you have a great week ahead. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Stay safe. Bye bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.